Well, this is somewhat impromptu, but I appreciate you talking with me. Go ahead and state your name and tell me your ride. What are we looking at?
Hey, man. My name is Paulo. I'm here from Southern California. This is my Datsun. It's 1972 Datsun 240Z Tribute Z build for my pops who passed away from COVID a couple of years back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So had the car for years, man. Never ran. It didn't look like this. It's a different L28 at the time. I bought it not running. It was blue. And like I said, family. I have family responsibilities, other car builds.
You're telling me, man.
Yeah. And I'll put this aside because I know a true Japanese classic has to be done proper. Yeah. And fast forward to 2020, my dad got sick, got the COVID, and he passed away. And out of all my cars, man, throughout the years, he loved the Z, and all he wanted to do was it to run so he can drive it. And so that's what we built it for him. So tribute
in memoriam.
100%, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and talk about the mods. I mean, this is for your dad, and how did you want to piece it together? What did he want to do? What did you want to do? And how did you kind of combine and coalesce it all together?
All my dad wanted to do is for it to run. I had my vision for the car, obviously. The goal was to have it at Sema, whether he was alive or passed. With the help of my partners, Toyo Tires especially, it was unveiled at Sema last year, 2022, at the Toyo Tread Pass, and a lot of my partners jumped in on the build. A lot of partners who helped me out on this build. Man, my main partner and my brother in crime right here is Genesee right there. He manhandled the build. It was built in his garage, man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No wonder you wanted to get him on there.
Yeah. Built in his garage, man. And full of love and full of sacrifices, man. Because that's how we roll.
And so you obviously have an emotional attachment to this car. I mean, let's go back to the beginning. Where did your passion for the automotive field and industry kind of stem from? I'm assuming partially your father, but how did you really get into it? Because like you said, career, family, everything else can kind of bypass 100%. That, but you kept it. How did you do that?
Since I was a kid, man, I've been playing with matchboxes, cars, and my older cousins at the time when I was young, they would take me to car events. Back in the day, I was like 6, 5, 7 years old. So besides basketball, cars is my thing, And when I was able to start driving when I was 15, I had my own Civic at the time.
Lucky, I had to wait till 17.
Right. So everything just progressed. I'm a registered nurse. That's what I do for a living.
Oh, right on.
And this is just a hobby for me, and a passion as well. But yeah, definitely a lot of cool mods in this car, man. It's an L28. It's a hot L28.
I love those ITBs. I see them from here.
Yeah, they're triple carburetors, actually. Triple carburetors, super rare carburetors. They're the Nismo, Solex Nismo. Big cam, fully built, ported, all that good stuff. And the color is from Porsche 912. It's called Olive. And the flares are from Speedform Japan, Kamiari Japan front end, and a lot of parts from Scalar Automotive. They're up in Oregon. They make the front lip, a lot of interior pieces.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I would say it's well put together.
Appreciate it, man. And a couple of companies jumped in the build as well. They were able to engrave my dad's signature on the pedals.
Oh, amazing! That's so cool.
On the shift knob and also the key. Former Works was able to make me this key's signature on it.
Oh, well, yeah. That's a solid looking key.
So every time I start the car, every time I'm driving the car, I'm touching my dad in a way.
There you go. Yeah. And I love the work of Quip 03s. I mean, that's just a classic look for this.
Workville Japan, man. They've been amazing to me.
Yeah, and so I'm assuming this is not your daily. No. What else do you have at the house? It could be, what do you continue to work on, or what do you just putt around town?
Oh yeah, like I said, I love cars. I have a 19-year-old as well. He loves cars as well. He has a Miata, actually.
Nice.
He has a Miata and a third-gen 4Runner. So I have the Z, this 240Z. I have a Porsche 911 that I track.
Oh, wow.
It's a track car. And I show it sometimes as well with my brothers from Team Garage Life. And I have my off-road rig. I used to have a Land Cruiser, a couple of them actually.
Jealous, yeah.
Yeah, Land Cruiser. I sold that, and now right now we got a Porsche Cayenne that we're gonna try to do off-road stuff. It's actually outside of it.
That one over there. Yeah, that's super legit.
Yeah, thank you. And just daily a Prius. Keep
Yeah,
Prius,
perfect.
Yeah.
Now, what advice could you give to those? I mean, you have such a great story to tell, and an in memoriam kind of car build. What would would you recommend for anyone working on a type of older car, especially? How can they do it properly?
You know, honestly, older cars are very fragile and delicate, right? So my advice is to just do it properly instead of rushing it, because a lot of things can break. So do it properly, pick the correct parts, and just take your time. And number one thing, man, that people forget when they do stuff like this, man, have fun. You know?
Oh, it's so tough to have. Yeah. I've never said so many curse words in my life when I used to do this stuff.
Just try to try to have fun with it and find an inner motivation while you're doing it, and always do it for yourself.
Have a reason for it, for sure. All right, last question. And again, thank you for talking with me. I know it's kind of off guard, but we got it. Yeah. California wants to transition to electrification in the next 15 to 20 years.
Right.
So what are your thoughts of electric cars and kind of the future of the car culture, what we have here?
Bro, I've been doing this since I was 15, right? Doing cars, building cars. I'm 39 now. It definitely evolved. I miss the old days, just like the old NBA.
I'm 35, so I mean, I remember all that old stuff.
Correct.
Bro.
So the car culture, man, nowadays, man, it's been super awesome. The one thing that I would just change is the takeovers, man, because it makes
us look bad.
The pure enthusiasts kind of look bad in a way. As far as electric cars, man, to be honest with you, I'm all up for it. I'm all up for it because, you know, it saves the environment. I get it, but I wouldn't drive one because to me, you know, I have a Prius, right? It's a hybrid, but I have friends who have Teslas. It doesn't have that spirit.
Even a Prius has more spirit than a Tesla. Interesting.
Yes, because the Prius has a motor, right? But you know, these full electric cars, I get it, man. It's green. It saves, you know, it saves gas or whatnot. It saves energy, but it has no spirit, in my opinion. I love cars that are loud, that, you know, smiles per gallon. That's what I call it.
And evoke that emotion. Yes. So again, I really appreciate it. Go ahead and give out your plugs and IGs, anything that you wanted to give. Go ahead and give your shout outs now.
Hey man, I just want to thank obviously God, my family, you know, for all the support that they have. As far as the build, man, all my partners, guys. My friend Genesee, my brother from JBC Classics, he does so much good work on these Japanese classics. He knows the whole nut and bolt on these cars. Kyusha House Taka, he's the one who did pretty much the carburetors, man, rebuilt the carburetors, the fuel system. Rob Austin, who built the motor. Toyo Tires, a tire sponsor. Speedform Japan, Skillard Automotive, Work Wheels Japan as well. I'm gonna take it down here so I can show you.
Oh, perfect.
All right. Thank you, Momo Motorsport, for the steering wheel. Skilled Automotive for a lot of interior pieces. Speed Hut gauges. Datsun Garage for a lot of parts that we needed throughout the build. Rogel's Upholstery and his son, who reupholstered the Recaro seats and the dash. Thank you, Motul USA.
I use their stuff.
Yeah, they provide my fluids, man. Yes, they're amazing.
Yeah.
I use their 300V racing oil. ACT clutch. SSA House, man, they're my buddies, man. They do my alignments. Rodak Garage for the shift knob with my dad's signature in it. Ultimate pedals, my dad's signature in it on the pedals. Former Works for the key. RPM performance for the motor as well. All my friends, Jiro, Sean, GV, man, Derek, they all helping to build. RG, Jolly, Sean, all of us. Genesee, of course, Taka. My guys from Rival Machine, man, they're always good to me. ETL Motorsports, man. Technotoy Tuning, man, one of the most amazing partners that I had for this build, man. The suspension package that we put on this car.
You make me want to get a 240 280Z now, dude.
It's definitely a cool car, man. Yeah, Technotoy Tuning, man. Kevin and all of them up there, man. They're super awesome. Thank you guys so much, man. I want to give thanks to 5-Star Automotive, man. Pat and them, Pat, Umberto, Franco, man, they did an amazing paint job on this. It's called Olive from an old 912. Yeah, they did an amazing job on the paint for sure. Thank you guys so much, Pat. 5 stars on them.
No, I really appreciate it. And just really quick off, you are a Charger fan, I'm assuming?
I'm a Charger fan, man.
Oh, Charger fan, right, dude.
Next year.
Well, we'll see with that new offensive coordinator.
I was raised in San Diego, man.
Okay, I was raised in El Centro, so I'm an hour east.
Right on. I'm at Mira Mesa, man.
What is it, dude? Ever since Ryan Leaf.
Leaf.
Dude, hey. He was supposed to be the man, dude, but I've stuck around ever since they booted him out, dude. Dude, Herbert, the savior, man, Lord Herbert. So we'll see how it goes. But I appreciate your time. Thank you again so much.